My eyes are burning from the onion, Jesus. These shallots have got me. G'day guys, welcome back to episode number 3 of Mark's Easy Eats. Episode 3 and part 2 of our little French adventure. Got a bit of a French inspire happening tonight. So yesterday, or on the last episode, we made a steak tartare. Today, we're gonna do, again, a filet mignon, a tenderloin. I'm really feeling this piece of steak. Now, it's not the most marbled piece. It's very lean, it's very tender though. You can literally pull it apart just with your fingers. It's just delicious, melts in your mouth. Now, the idea is, we're gonna make this filet mignon, or I fillet, whatever you wanna call it, with a red wine jus reduction. We're gonna make our own sauce today. It's pretty traditional, but we're gonna put our own twist on it. First thing is first, we need the steak. We're getting the eye fillet, the filet mignon. This is gonna be the masterpiece of today's steak. Now, a few cloves of garlic, a little bit of parsley for the very ending, thyme, rosemary, shallots, which I'm beginning to really love, especially for French cooking. A bit of Dijon mustard. We need some cold butter. I prefer unsalted for this sort of recipe. And then we've got some beef stock, we've got our olive oil, salt, pepper, and again, the showstopper is wine. Let's start by doing the first thing. Get those cloves of garlic, let's crush them up, let's chuck them straight into this. Next, we gotta chop up some of these shallots, and we're gonna do as well, put them in a bowl, get them ready for later for our sauce. What we wanna do is make sure that these delicious steaks are cooked properly. Now, we have to do a very small marination, not an overnight thing, this has to be done right before it, in my opinion, for the best results. So the first thing we've got to do is get a paper towel and we're going to dry up this steak. Don't mind my watery eyes. I'm on the verge of crying because these onions have really fucked with me. All right. Let's pat dry gently these steaks. And the idea is look at all that moisture that comes out of it. Now that that's all dried off, only 3 things I use to marinate a steak. Basically anyway, for this formula, all we're gonna do, a little bit of olive oil, we're gonna go some rock salt. Next, we wanna do the pepper. My little thing I like to do is give it a little bit of a massage, show it some love. Give this tenderloin some tender loving. Once we've done the first side, give them a flip, and repeat. Now, once we've done this, we also wanna season the sides. So make sure we don't wanna waste anything. Mop up whatever's left on the board using the sides of these steaks. So if you grab any of these steaks, you'll see on all of them, the whole thing's seasoned. It's just delicious all the way around. All right, now the hard part's done. Let's go have the fun part. Let's start cooking the steak. Alrighty, so what we wanna do is get our skillet or pan. Doesn't really make a big difference, to be honest. I like a skillet because this meat's gonna stick to the bottom of this. It's gonna leave like a nice glazing. What we wanna do is come in later, what they call deglaze it with the wine, get those little scraps off. Those little scraps are what gonna give us flavor. But for now, give it a few minutes, medium to high heat. Let's get this thing piping hot so we get a nice sear in there. Whichever pan you decide to use, put a drizzle of olive oil in there, lather up the whole thing. And once that's in there, we wanna add our steaks. Now be smart, don't add it towards you, add it away from you. That sizzle means it's ready to go. 2 and 3. Now, we want to get a nice amount ready. So on this butter, it actually tells you how much grams. I'm going to go with these 3 steaks just under, I reckon about 50 grams. Now don't worry, you're not going to eat this butter. This is there purely for flavor, glazing. Yeah, you're going to get a little bit of it, but so what? The more butter, the better. Now it's been about 2.5 minutes, guys. Let's twist this. Let's have a look at what we're going to look at. Look at this. Look at this. This is the magic I'm talking about. Look at that coating. Let's get those things around. Now as it's cooking a little bit more, now you want to enhance the flavor, chuck in your knob of butter. Get it in there. Let it melt on its own. Look at all these juices that have come down infused with the butter. What we want to do now is called basting the meat. Get a spoon and just chuck that flavor right back on there. Get nice and tender. You're gonna make us all MasterChefs today, Mark, aren't you? Now, there's a couple of ways we can see the doneness of the steak. I personally like it rare to medium rare. Now, you hold your hand like this. If you touch this area here, that's more rare. And the more you go along, the more firm. That's when you're looking a bit more medium to medium you know, medium well. I like it here around the rare side of things. So we want that consistency when we fill the steak. Now, there's still a bit of guesswork involved. You want to be 100% sure? I'll show you what you do. You grab one of these guys, thermometer, something nifty like this. You go to the steak, you come to the center of it directly, and you stab it in. And you wait. Now, for medium rare, I reckon the perfect temperature under 55 degrees internal. That's my perfect temperature. This is telling me we've still got a bit to go. Now, being a thick piece of steak, and I fillet, it's also a good idea to sear the sides. Very important. We want a nice searing. Oh my freaking, look at this. Look at this. I'll put it like this so you guys can see it. Again, my sweet spot here is about 51 degrees. So this one, we're almost there. Once we pull it off, we want it to get around 54 to 57, and that's medium rare. I like it on the rarer side of things, so for me, that's what I'm going for. Okay. Look at the searing, look at the color, the quality. Oh, mate, this is very good. Give it a minute, because it's gonna smoke up if you put it straight in the stick. We don't put any water on this. We just want to get rid of this oil. Righto, so now we've got rid of that burnt, dirty oil. What we're left here with the pan, you're gonna see all that black stuff? What this is flavor. It's stuck on there. We're gonna incorporate this into our sauce in a second. Now, first things first, put the heat back on. Now, again, medium-high heat. I'm using a stainless steel skillet, so this gets really hot. If you're using a normal pan, just go hot heat, just put it on. First things first, before we go any further, we want to put a bit more butter in. Now, I love butter, guys, and the more the merrier, I say. So, judge me all you want, but my food's always delicious. I'm not here to cook healthy just yet anyway, not on this episode. We're here to cook delicious. Let's go straight in with our cut up shallots we got prepared. Now, we don't want to brown these, we just want to sweat these, just to get some flavor, extract some of this flavor out of them. Once that's in, go in with the prepared garlic. Again, we don't want to cook these. We definitely don't want to burn these. Just sweat them out that little bit. Now, as that's softening, all I'm going to do is a couple of things, right? First things first, rosemary, thyme, get them in there. Let's get some flavor out of these guys. We're going to get the main event here, guys. Now, I'm using a 407 Penfolds. This is a Cab Sav. It's got a very nice body to it. And like I said, I love to drink it. Now, I'm going to be generous. I'm thinking 500 mils. Yeah, I said it. There's something satisfying about going in with 500 mils of wine. Now, once that wine's in there, we want to do what they call deglazing the pan. Let's scrape off all these black parts. Wherever you see them, scrape them off. That's all flavor. We want it all in there. Now, let that come to a boil. Just turn the heat up just a touch, because it all happens very quick. It's a matter of minutes. See how our steak's been resting? Look at all this sauce that's come out of it. Now, guys, this is the sauce they're gonna write stories about. Drip it all in there. Don't waste it, don't throw it away, don't dry it up. Let it all in there. See that streak? This usually means that's it, we're coating, we're ready, we're cooking. Next step we wanna do is add some beef stock. Now, 200 to 300 mils, I'd say, is the sweet spot. Just get it in there. What we wanna do is bring this to a boil ASAP, really quick. Now, a lot of people don't agree with me, but we don't care. We're gonna add some extra flavor. This is where I'm gonna add the Dijon mustard. And this is gonna add a very, very nice touch. We want about a tablespoon. Now, the good thing about this is it's giving our steak a chance to rest. If the steak doesn't rest, it's not gonna reabsorb its juices, it's not gonna be as tender, it's just not gonna be as good. You let it rest a little bit. Yes, it's still gonna be hot. Wrap it up in foil if you have to. Streak not closing. We are good to go. Now, there's one more thing I wanna do. Fire off. I want to get about 50 or so grams of butter. Yes, I know there's a lot of butter. I know. Make sure the butter's cold. And this part is very important. What we're going to do now is going to add this cold butter. Oh shit, there's probably more butter than I want. But like I said, the more the merrier when it comes to butter. Now, we want to be continuously moving this around. Moving this around until it melts. You have to. And the reason behind this is we're going to do something called emulsification. Look, basically what we're trying to do is we're going to make it more creamy. We're going to add a bit of shine. We're going to lift the flavors. We're going to intensify everything. Oh, it's going to come good. Alrighty, guys. Now that that sauce is done, what we're going to do, now be careful because it's going to be hot. We want to put it into a sieve. Now all these things here, every part of it has got heaps of flavor. Scrape it all down as best you can, as much as you're bothered for really. Get it right into this sieve. Push it in, guys. Massage it down, help it through. Now the more patient you are, the more you want to work it through, obviously the more sauce you're gonna get. Now what you're left is with the sauce. Let's cut up these steaks because I'm dying to have these. I'm dying to see what medium rare looks like. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Oh, do as the French do. Cover it, smother it. Yeah, plate probably would have been a better idea. Let's do a bit of garnish on there. Let's salt a bit of parsley on top. I cannot wait to get stuck into this. Let's have a try with the sauce right now. Let's see what we've come up with. Okay, let's have a crack. Oh my God. I could cry. I'm a genius. I'm a genius. Guys, like, subscribe. I'm gonna keep making good stuff like this, I promise. We can only go up from here. Oh. I don't know what to stop. This is... Catch you next episode, guys. Subscribe. Ciao.